and Jungle Love by Steve Miller Band. Jungle Love got channeled. Um, the t-shirt explains itself. Jungle Love, Steve Miller Band, huh? Isn't that awesome song? Yeah, well, that's this morning, that's for sure. Okay, we're going to go ahead and go into the other room. I just wanted to get on here live before I go start my day. And I wanted to say, tap out, Jungle Love, very key, very key. And last night in Astro, once again, we completed many tasks and we did it alone. Last night we did a solo act. Fly Like an Eagle's playing too, Steve Miller Band. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and do our cards. Yep. All right, let's get in here. Thanks for bearing with me. Put you right up here. Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with Transformation randomly at the bottom of the Nordic deck. Yeah, we were doing solo acts last night, and we still have people from our past that are in Astro that are needed to close up on. So last night I had somebody from my past pop in and just say hi, and that is going to happen because you can never be 100% done with your karmic cleansing, and Astro helps you out. So we went and I said hi and bye to Brad Shingen, if you're listening. And he was somebody that I knew in my high school days, I would say, but I didn't go to high school long. But I knew him from just partying, just a friend. Okay, transformation. We have got abundance coming in. Abundance coming in, that's good. And underneath abundance is healing, because you've been healed. So once we get our vibration high enough, we start getting our blessings, we start becoming healed. Okay, we've got Steve and KS. I see you on the chat. Hello. We got a challenge coming, okay? And the weather today is like this picture. So it's just giving me the energy of you're healed, your abundance is coming, but yep, challenges are coming. You also had a rebirth. That's wonderful, along with that healing card. So I think the challenges are going to be with the abundance. It could be with your project. It could be with your mission partner coming in. And it also could be some challenges with just the rest of the minions that are left. Okay. Steve wants to know if they're hiding aliens at Area 51. Well, everything that you've been taught is a lie. If you read The Secret Government by Ishmael Perez and the Cosmic Origin and follow my channel, you probably wouldn't have to ask that question, because everything that you've been told is the opposite. So if they've been hiding something, that means that it's really there. Okay? So we've got peace. Peace and abundance is what's coming for you. And a new home. And that's funny that that should come up, because with the abundance, most of us are going to get a new home, and it's going to be to fit us. Like, I'm going to have my Jungle Love at the Love Shack in a castle called the Miss Mystic animal sanctuary, but it's going to be called the Miss Mystic Mansion. And if that doesn't play out, because a lot of times I plan and God laughs. So that's just my little brain thinking, because where I'm at now, I'm in a community where it's not like the country. So they want you to kill your weeds with poison, which I don't. I just pick them out. They want you to have only a couple animals. There's, it's cement for our grass. We have to grow our own grass and plants around our house. Everything else is cement. So, it's called Sierra Dawn Estate. It's an estate. It's mobile homes from the 70s, but they're nice, real nice. And we own them and we own the land. So it's nice, but it's not the land that I want to own. But again, we can have our projects because I love animals. Also, thank you for any Zelle donations that you gave me. In the description box is my number. You also can phone number me and talk to me on the phone too. That is my phone number. But with Zelle, I just take care of the animals. I tried to get them neutered. I get them spayed. I feed them. Anything that comes my path. So sometimes I'll get animals that just walk right up to me and say, help me, and I do it. I won't get into all that, but thank you for the previous donations. And just know that anything you give me goes towards the animals, because I don't take money. I don't do politics, but I still have to live in this reality. So I will do anything I can to help out the animals. It used to be people for 30 years. I was in AA and we had sober living houses and we did everything we could for the people. Now I'm into the animals. Okay, so I kind of went off on a tangent there with the new home, but there is peace and a new home coming. Queen of Swords was at the bottom of this deck. I am the Queen of Swords on steroids. Steroids. I call them steroids. I am the Queen of Swords on steroids, even though I'm not on steroids. Steve likes to say on crack. Okay, so who is Steve? He has a channel called Steve's Love Tarot, and you have to check it out. It's my number one. Okay, they don't want me to shuffle no more, so we've got the King of Pentacles on the bottom. Okay, so that's your challenge. Your challenge is going to be, since you're healed and you've got a rebirth, you want peace, you want a new home, you want a mission partner, somebody that's going to give you equal give and take. But the King of Pentacles is the best for that. He's a leader and he's stable. Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is one of my victory cards. So it's just saying don't settle for less. We heard that in a video past, okay? Don't settle for less. We want the King of Pentacles. Or if you're a male, you want the Queen of Pentacles. Somebody that has her own money, somebody that has her own abundance, her own ideas. You're just going to come in and she's just going to come in, and you're going to be assets to each other. Not gold digger, not one is codependent on the other. It's equal give and take. So that's the kind of energy I'm getting off of these cards. We'll go ahead and pull a few more. I've got the Wild card in reverse. So you're not manifesting big enough, is what I'm hearing. You're manifesting, but it's small. So even what I just said to you, I said that I plan and God laughs. I'm probably not going to get that certain manifestation that I am thinking about because it's too small. God is a big God, and he wants to give us earth angels, the collective, the chosen ones, whatever name you put on it. He wants to give us the biggest and the best. So he's going to turn that wild card over for you. Okay, so he's just telling you, you have your project, but when you get your quantum card, or you get your abundance, or you get your partner, and whatever comes first, however they come together, right? Aerosmith, Come Together, very good song also. So once you guys get this all figured out, you're going to see that your manifestation was probably too small. We'll see. We'll see. We don't know. We don't know the future. This isn't let's read the future, okay? This is Miss Mystic reading the energy. Three of Swords is back with this wild card being in reverse. The Three of Swords is just telling me that you've been through a lot of trauma and you've been through a lot of pain, and that is kind of dimming your manifestation, because it's like, yeah, I really don't want to get my heart ripped out again. I'm kind of in that tap out mode, I really got a lot of aggression, and my past is really bugging me. It's that feeling of I don't want to get screwed again, but we've got to get rid of that. You have to go back into that rebirth mode and say, God isn't going to give me junk. And I've been working for God. I'm an agent of God, and I would like my paycheck. Okay, I would like my reward. I would like my blessing. He's going to turn this wild card upright, and he's not going to give you. That's why I say don't settle for less. Don't take a bang in the parking lot just because you're lonely. Don't take that first drink or that first drug just because you're an addict and you are jonesing and you're lonely. See, all that's matrix thinking. I've been sober and clean since 1995 of everything. So, you can do it. You don't have to stay in a Three of Swords, because that is preventing your manifestation. It's still a wild card. You're still going to get your blessings. But you can have so much more if you don't settle for less. Seven of Swords. Okay, so that's just telling me don't believe the lies. Everything's a lie. I just got done answering Steve R's question, and I said everything that we've been taught has been a lie. If everything has been a lie, move forward, go down that rabbit hole, get that regression, find out who you are, okay? Stand in the tap out energy with positively, like I'm a demon slayer. That's what I do with this energy. You see this energy? This energy is just radiating, all black and white. Even the pants, black and white. Everything's black and white because it's so, look at these cards, last three cards, black and white. Everything's black and white here. Why? Because it's plain as day. You hear the lie. There is no more Santa Claus. You were lied to by your parents. It was the first probably big lie that you found out, and it was terrible, because not only do you find out your parents were traitors, you find out that all them presents were just pretend from somebody called Santa Claus. So way back to the first lie you find out. Now that might not be all of yours first lie you found out, but you see it's a big major one. It's what I'm trying to tell you about society. They lie. That was a whole society in on this lie to you. Your school, the TV, everything, the stores, right? Even you went and sat on Santa Claus's lap at the mall, probably, right? Everybody was in on that lie, and you believed it. And then they told you no such thing as Santa Claus. See how from the very beginning we were just messed with? And that's just this one life. Terrible. 10 of Wands. It's terrible. It's a big burden on us. Why couldn't we have just been told the truth since the beginning and lived in our magical powers and Everything that I'm saying is what we're going into. That's the new earth, where one student has 7 or more mentors, teachers, not one teacher to 30 people in a classroom. And then they feed you lies. And then in another grade, you find out that that wasn't even true. It's a mess. Okay. So getting back to Steve R's question, are they hiding aliens at Area 51? You see my answer. And that's why I don't like to take questions, because this goes really deep. And my station is very deep. Okay, so we're going to finish with, we've got the 5 of Cups and the King of Spades. So everything I just said, you're very, very disappointed with the lies. Okay, you're very upset that your love, your heart was torn out. Not only was it torn out when you were a kid, but then it was torn out with your first loves and your first jobs and your first everything when you were a teenager. Remember being a teenager, getting your first girlfriend, your first job, your first everything? Usually it all ended up in shit. I don't think many of us are with the same people we were. Just like I mentioned Brad Shingen, I just seen him now. I haven't seen him since I was a teenager. Okay, I seen him in Astro and said hi and bye to him, right? Got him to his class because I'm an ascended master teacher and he was one of my students. So we've got a disappointment with the 5 of Cups about everything, about every truth we've been told. And that's why Tap Out and Jungle Love is a great energy. So when you're thinking about Tap Out and you're thinking about Jungle Love and you're thinking about Aerosmith come together and you're putting all this together with this reading, 1717 on the clock, you see how it all fits in. So the challenges, we're going to go way back to the first card. The challenge is getting through that rebirth and not thinking in the old ways. So when something comes up, you don't go, oh yeah, that was a lie. I'm not going to open my heart. Oh, I'm not going to do that job, because all from the past. So we don't want to be thinking in the past. Okay, 7 of Hearts, 7 of Cups, you've got lots and lots of options. It may be confusing because, like I just said, do I date this guy? Do I take this job? Well, right there are 2 questions that I say no to both. Why? 1, I don't date guys. I'm waiting for my mission partner. I'm not settling for less. 2, do I take that job? Absolutely not, because it's in the matrix. I'm out of the matrix. So you see how it's getting limited and it's getting very easy to walk this path. But since it's lonely, we don't want you to fall in that addiction. And we don't want you to fall back out of peace. We want you to stay in peace. And that's a picture of my tattoo also. And we want to go for a new home. We want to go for a new home. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. We'll take one more card here. What does the universe want to tell on the last outcome here? You see where that was going. It's going to where we're here. They want to bring you back down here because of the truth coming out. The truth is coming out, and it's like I have to keep talking about Santa Claus because it's like that. It's like, what? You mean you guys were all in on this? The whole world was in on this against me, telling me this lie? And I use that analogy because it's so perfect with everything. The whole world's in on it. So Willie wants to say hi. Hi, Willie. Okay, we've got the Ace of Clubs, which is the Ace of Wands. So it's an in and out energy, but it is a yes. So you're going to be feeling it, but you're going to shut it down. You're going to be feeling it, and then you're going to shut it down. That's what my Ace of Wands is. My Ace of Wands energy is like me taking my wand. I don't have to use it all day long, okay? I don't have to use it all day long. I just have to use it in and out energy, okay? And the last two cards here is transition from gossip, okay? Now, transition from gossip is stay out of your head and stay out of their heads. Do your own thing, okay? Do your own thing. Transition out of gossip. And last but not least, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. My one-eyed Jack, nope, this is a two-eyed Jack, but he's got a black eye. And anytime I think of the black eyes, I think of the club, the Black Eye Club, and I think about how evil is being eradicated. And I think about, I'm so proud to be in this mission. I'm proud to have the Tap Out t-shirt and the energy, but it's from demon slaying. It ain't from wrestling. So I am Miss Mystic, and I want to thank you for listening.